RHOC cast sounds off on Teddi Mellencamp's rude behavior. Fans of The Real Housewives of Orange County had their jaws on the floor after the latest episode. Once a traitor, always a traitor showed Teddi taking a jab at her self-proclaimed nemesis, Vicki Gunvalson. Fellow RHOC cast members have weighed on what happened, and they're shocked by Teddi's behavior. Keep reading to see what they have to say. Teddi Mellencamp throws serious shade at Vicki Gunvalson. The women gathered to play a game. When Teddi Mellencamp greeted everyone in the room, she said, "Welcome Housewives and Vicki." The shade was unbelievable. As the camera zoomed in on Vicki's face, you could see how annoyed she was with Teddi's jab. However, she was going to stoop down to her level. RHOC fans know that Teddi and Vicki have been feuding forever, but it's hard to pin down exactly why they hate each other so much. Andy Cohen made an attempt at mending the relationship between the two women at BravoCon 2023. It only seemed to make things worse. Even if Vicki Gunvalson may have considered reconciling at some point, Teddi Mellencamp blew any chances of that happening with her most recent stunt. Fellow RHOC cast members reacted to Teddi's appearance in the latest episode of the show, and they weren't impressed with how she acted. RHOC cast and fans are tired of Teddi Mellencamp. It definitely wasn't funny in the moment, and Victoria was not feeling that. Jenna Kirschenheiter weighed in. Shannon Beater pointed out her own reaction to Teddi's gross behavior. "If you look at me you'll see I'm rolling my eyes. I didn't think it was very nice," she said. Heather Dubrow spoke up during the scene on RHOC, expressing that she didn't like Teddi's comment about Vicki. "Didn't I say to Vicki that was so rude? Why did you have to be mean?" she said before adding, "They don't like each other." Viewers weren't excited about how the RHOBA star treated OG Vicki Gunvalson either. In fact, many people weren't excited to see her on the show. "What have I done so badly in life to have to look at Teddi on my screen in 2024? One person wrote on social media. Another wrote, "Teddi, nobody cares who you like because you're one of the most unlikable people we've ever seen on reality TV." A third RHOC fan chimed in, "I'd rather die than see Teddi on my TV ever again. After all these years from being fired, she still brings nothing but a monotone voice and the walk of an elderly man." And a fourth viewer added, "Teddi is so unlikable. #RHOC. Tensions have reached a fever pitch among the ladies of The Real Housewives of Orange County, as the cast is reportedly fed up with Teddi Mellencamp's abrasive antics. What began as a brief visit by the former Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star to stir the pot during a Newport Beach party has evolved into an all-out war of words, with each cast member airing their grievances about her behavior. Teddi Mellencamp's grand entrance. When Teddi Mellencamp arrived at Emily Simpson's beachside cocktail party, she entered with a confidence bordering on arrogance. The room fell silent as she strutted in, her designer heels clicking against the marble floor, and her sharp wit ready to slice through any conversation. While some of the ladies greeted her warmly, others exchanged knowing glances, sensing trouble ahead. "She's like a tornado in Louboutins," Tamra Judge quipped in a confessional. "She comes in, whirls everything around, and leaves us all cleaning up the mess." The confrontation that lit the fuse. The drama erupted when Teddi took a dig at Jenna Kirschenheiter's business venture. During a conversation about side hustles, Teddi smugly asked Jenna, "So, do you even have a business plan, or is this just another hobby?" The comment was met with gasps, followed by Jenna's sharp retort, "At least I'm not running a podcast nobody listens to." The exchange quickly devolved into a shouting match, with Jenna accusing Teddi of belittling her ambitions and Teddi firing back that Jenna needed to get thicker skin. "I'm all for constructive criticism," Jenna said later in her confessional, "but Teddi's version of constructive is just plain destructive." Shannon Beater's breaking point. Shannon Beater, who had tried to keep a low profile during the party, found herself in Teddi's crosshairs next, when Teddi questioned Shannon about her recent breakup, implying that her emotional baggage might be the reason for her failed relationships. Shannon's patience snapped. "You don't get to waltz into our group and play armchair therapist," Shannon fired back, her voice trembling with fury. "Why don't you focus on your own life before judging mine?" In her confessional, Shannon elaborated, I've dealt with a lot of difficult personalities on this show, but Teddi takes the cake. She's not here to build connections, she's here to break us down. Emily Simpson. The peacemaker fails. Emily, ever the diplomat, attempted to mediate, suggesting that everyone take a step back and cool off, but her efforts were futile. Teddi, feeling cornered, doubled down, calling out Heather Dubrow for being condescending and accusing Tamra of instigating drama behind the scenes. Heather, visibly irked, responded with her signature icy demeanor. "It's rich coming from someone whose main claim to fame is nepotism," she said, her words dripping with disdain. "At this point, it's like trying to put out a wildfire with a glass of water," Emily admitted later. "Ted is just here to watch the world burn." Tamra Judge, from ally to adversary. Initially, Tamra had been one of Teddy's biggest allies, but even she found herself exasperated by the evening's end. "I brought her into this group because I thought she'd shake things up in a fun way," Tamra said. "But now I'm questioning my judgment." The breaking point for Tamra came when Teddi implied that Tamra's reconciliation with Shannon was merely for the cameras. "You're questioning my authenticity," Tamra snapped. "That's rich, Teddi, really rich." Social media fallout. After the party, the drama spilled onto social media. Teddi took to Instagram to defend herself, claiming she was merely keeping it real, and that the RHOC cast was too sensitive. "If you can't handle a little honesty, maybe reality TV isn't for you," she wrote, accompanied by a photo of her sipping champagne. The RHOC ladies clapped back in the comments. Gina wrote, "Keeping it real doesn't mean being a bully," while Heather posted a cryptic yet pointed quote, "Some people create their own storms and then get upset when it rains." The cast reflects. In the days following the party, the cast gathered separately to dissect the chaos. Over brunch at a chic Laguna Beach cafe, Gina, Emily, and Shannon vented about Teddi's behavior. "She's like that friend who comes over uninvited and criticizes your decor," Gina said, rolling her eyes. "Exactly," Shannon agreed. "It's like she thrives on making everyone else feel small so she can feel big." Even Tamra, who'd initially vouched for Teddi, admitted she'd had enough. "At the end of the day, we're a family. A dysfunctional one, but still a family. Teddi doesn't get that. She's an outsider who doesn't understand our dynamic." What's next? Rumors are swirling that Teddi's guest appearance might be more permanent than initially planned, much to the dismay of the RHOC cast. Producers are reportedly thrilled with the drama she's brought to the show, seeing it as a ratings boost. But the ladies aren't so sure. If she's sticking around, she needs to learn how to coexist without tearing everyone down, Heather said during a post-party interview. "Otherwise, it's going to be a very long season." Fans weigh in. Fans have also taken sides, with some praising Teddi's boldness and others condemning her for crossing the line. "Teddi's shaking things up, and that's what the show needs." One fan tweeted. Another countered, "There's a difference between being honest and being cruel. Teddi needs to learn the difference." As the dust settles, one thing is clear. Teddi Mellencamp's time in Orange County has left a lasting impression, for better or worse. Whether she can redeem herself in the eyes of the cast remains to be seen, but one thing's certain, the drama is far from over.